If you weren't here for yesterday's stream, I will reiterate the announcement, or at least the part that maybe most people are going to care about, which is that with Into Bridge, I will be the daily celebrity on Saturday. So Saturday, the 17th of January. This coming Saturday. So make sure to log in and play against me if you want to earn your free points, or maybe not, depending on how well I end up doing in the set. Could be anything. I've had some good sets. I've had some bad sets, I think, when I've been the daily celeb in the past. So kind of a bit of a grab bag, but I will tend to be playing a little bit quicker, talking while I play, and just clicking through what looks like the most straightforward plans on a bunch of the boards, both in the auction as well as the play of the hand. Not doing a ton of my deep analysis as usual, but of course the video will go up on YouTube the following day if you do not want to participate. But if you do play against me, then you'll get to see the video the same day. Take a look after you compete against me. And then going forward, starting in February, and hopefully for some time beyond that, I'll be the daily celebrity on the first Sunday of every month. Let's get on in. Stefan Skorchev, played against him before a couple of times. He's one of the founders of the Into Bridge site, also the guy that I talk with about all of my correspondence related to being the daily celebrity and other things on the site. 5 boards. We will play through our set and then take a look at what he does. Pass by partner. It is board a match, no one vulnerable, a club on our right. On these no one vulnerable type hands, if it's at all reasonable, you do want to get involved in the auction, because if your side can find a fit, or even if your side can't find a fit, but you just like bid a little bit and force the opponents into bidding one more, or push the opponents into a situation where they might have to bid one more, that always does feel like a win. So despite this being partners of past hand, we only have 12. We don't have a 5-card suit to overcall, and we have length in clubs. It is very tempting here to overcall a diamond, because this will be a way to get our partner involved in the decision on this board. And it's possible that we could have a diamond fit. I mean, for one thing, that would be a big win, right? Like, partner has 4 diamonds over there, or even 5 diamonds over there. We overcall diamond, we get to bid up to 3 diamonds, and now they have to make a guess at the 3 level. That would be a huge victory. Partner could have hearts. We might find a heart fit. Whereas if we just pass, it's going to go a club pass a spade, or a club pass a heart or something, and we never get involved in the auction. We just pass, let the opponents play the hand, which is all totally reasonable. I think a lot of the field would do that in a match point event. And if you think that you're a stronger player than the field, then of course, like, duplicating their decisions in the auction and just trying to take more tricks tends to be a winning strategy at match points. At board a match, it's a little bit different, because everything is binary. You either win or you lose the board. So if your opponent passes and you pass, great, you can try and beat them in the play of the hand. But if you pass and your opponent overcalls a diamond, or even makes a takeout double on a hand like this, which is another bid that I don't think I would seriously consider it with the doubleton spade. But if we're 4-3-3 with Jack third of spades and ace queen jack fourth of clubs, same sort of hand, like move one of these diamonds into the spade suit, I think a takeout double is honestly very sensible. Now, I know what Stefan's going to say. He's going to be like, well, if you made a takeout double, congrats, because that's terrible bridge, and you should be ashamed of yourself for winning this board against me. But it all comes back to just form of scoring and vulnerability, right? When no one's vulnerable, you really do want to get involved in the auction. When everyone's vulnerable, you don't really want to get involved in the auction unless you have a reason to do so. I think for this reason, I would like to get scolded in the aftermath, and I'm going to overcall diamond. I don't know if I would do this at the table. It would probably depend on who my opponents are and who was sitting in the other room. Like, if I just thought that this was some fairly weak team, I would probably pass, expecting them to pass, and then expect to get, have a 70% chance to win the board against them or something like that. But against a fairly strong team, I think they would also understand that this is a situation where it's important to get involved in these auctions, and they may well overcall a diamond. I mean, it could still be right to pass, but not much goes wrong when we overcall a diamond on this sort of hand. It's not like partner's going to get over eager and bid 5 diamonds or something, right? They couldn't preempt 2 diamonds in first seed. So we'll bid a diamond, see how it goes from here. Partner bids a heart. That's perfect. Tricky spot once again. Because if we pass, our left-hand opponent is very likely to balance in spades. And they're not guaranteed to have a spade fit. Partner could be 4-5-2-2, something of that nature. But it's possible we balance them into spades. I mean, it's a little bit strange what's going on here, right? It doesn't seem like either opponent has a 4-card spade suit. East, like, assuming West has no values, East could have an 18 count over there, but then East would bid a spade with 4. So it's starting to sound as if partner really is 4-5, or maybe even 4-6. They didn't want to preempt hearts because they had a 4-card spade suit on the side. Game could make, I know our partner tends to be a little bit conservative in opening bids, so they could have up to 11 here. In terms of value, I like how it says 4 to 7 hearts in the description. Gotta love robot descriptions of bids. 2 hearts is not a crazy bid. I think I am going to pass, though, because it's starting to sound like partner's pretty much guaranteed to be 4-5 in the suits. I mean, I guess they could be 4-4, right? Like, this is a style that I would prefer to play after a diamond overcall, because you can find your 4-4 major suit fits. Partner can, or advancer can bid one of a major on 4 here rather than 5. But yeah, I'm going to pass. The way that the auction has gone, I suppose there's little chance that West is going to balance a spade, and even if they do, they might be in a 4-3 fit. We can always come back in with 2 hearts if we feel like it. But 1 heart, I'll pass. Oh, perfect! Look at that. Look, this is excellent. I mean, are we in the best possible contract? Not exactly. We would probably prefer to be in a club part score, but that's difficult when right-hand opponent opens a club. But just look at what happens if we pass. So it goes a club, pass, left-hand opponent's going to have a 4-card major. They'll probably bid it. And then what does partner do? I mean, partner can't make a takeout double of hearts or spades, so they would pass, and the opponents end up in a no trump, which is going to be a bad result for our side at no one vulnerable. So pretty happy with the way the auction's gone. Now we just need to try and take some tricks in this contract. I guess the first question I have is, assuming that, let's say the opponents end up playing a no trump in the East, right? East opens a club, we pass, left-hand opponent bids, say, I don't know, a heart or spade, and right-hand opponent bids a no trump. What are we leading, and how many tricks are the opponents taking? I think we're probably going to lead a diamond, and the question will be the 10 or the 2. It looks like our side is probably going to get 4 club tricks, although no guarantee there. It looks like our side is going to take a diamond, a spade, some number of clubs. And it feels like the opponents in the meantime are probably going to get a couple of spades, maybe? A diamond, a heart. It's going to be a fight for 150 versus 110. Do I think there's any chance we can make 170 on this board? Because if we can make 170, that'll probably beat out whatever the other table's result is. And if not, I don't really want to risk plus 140 for going minus 50 on this hand, because 110 will probably be good enough to beat the other room. Or might be good enough to beat the other room. We have a spade to lose. We have definitely a heart to lose. If clubs split, we don't lose any club tricks, but we're at risk of a club ruff eventually. And we have some problems in the trump suit. We also have to deal with quite a few spades in the north hand, but it's possible we have a roughing finesse and spades against East, like king, queen, 10, fourth or so. Let's start out with something that I think is fairly obvious. Let's win the ace of spades and play back a spade. East will be in with the spade queen, and we'll have to find something to switch to. And I mean, if they switch to diamonds, so be it. We'll have a decision to make. But if East continues a club, we get to take the club finesse. At least we've set up some sort of spade ruffs. If East switches to trumps, that's good for us. This feels like a pretty fine way to start. So West playing the two of spades, they tend to give count. Probably means East started with 4 of them. Hey Rob, Happy New Year. I haven't seen you since New Year's. Well, I hope you had a good one. Trump switch from East. So I guess I will play low. I would like to win this trick in hand if West plays a low trump, for example. Heart to the queen. Okay. So low trump switch from East probably means that they started with either ace third or ace 10 third in the suit. The 2 of hearts is missing. West probably has that card. Otherwise, East would have switched to the 2, most likely. So we still don't have a full count on the hand. Let's try and work on East shape a little bit. East, it looks like, started with... Oh, I know what happened here. Oh my god, I know what happened. West has 6 diamonds, don't they? East is 4-4-2-3 in shape. Okay. I am starting to understand. So that's why West couldn't bid over a diamond, because they had diamond length. It wasn't because West didn't have any values. It's that they just had nothing to do with the 6-card diamond suit. Fascinating. Now, West did put up the heart queen, which they didn't have to do on this trick. If with queen doubleton of hearts and 3 small spades, they could have protected the heart queen. Meaning that I wouldn't be able to ruff my 4th round of spades without it getting over-ruffed. We still have some work to do, right? We need to take club finesses. We don't have a ton of entries to the north hand. We would like to pull 1 more round of trumps. We would like to take the roughing finesse and spades. There's a lot of things that we would like to do. Maybe what we want to do is just win this and take a club finesse. And then I guess even exit a heart. If East then makes the mistake of like pulling 2 rounds of trumps and going 10 of spades spade, we get to win, pull the last trump, take another club finesse, and then we should have the rest of the tricks, assuming East shape is what we think it is. If we get a low diamond switch through our ace at some point, we might have to decide if we're ducking it around to the queen to protect against being forced, or if we're going to go up with the ace. Like, so what happens if I take a roughing finesse and spades right now? I mean, East doesn't have to cover, but let's say they do. King of hearts, 9 of spades, 10 heart. I play back a trump. East wins the 10. I think I just lose a club trick if I do all of that, right? Because I don't get to take enough club finesses through East. I mean, it's possible that West only has 5 diamonds, so that would give East what? 4... 3-3-3 shape. So either way, it looks like East only has 3 clubs. If East has 4 clubs, what would their shape be? They have 4 spades, 4 clubs, 2 diamonds, and 3 hearts. It's possible. I still think I want to just take this, win this, take a club hook, and then I could try and cross ref. Let me think about that possibility. If I try and cross ref, West can ruff the 3rd round of clubs. King of hearts, club to the queen, ace of diamonds, diamond ruff. Let's say 9 of spades, covered, ruffed, diamond ruff, club to the jack. No, this is just no good. Okay, King of hearts. Let's lead a club. Let's try, I guess, the 5. It doesn't really matter. Whoa! Okay. So king of clubs offside. Uh-huh. Let's try and pull some trumps then, right? I don't really have a convenient way back to hand to try and the ruffing, finesse, and spades. And if I do, like if I go ace of diamonds, diamond ruff, ruffing, finesse, and spades, I think we run out of trumps. So let's go ahead and try a heart. Oh, okay. So hearts were 3-3 all along. Meaning... what? Let's think about this. West gets to ruff this with the 10 of hearts, but then West is out of trumps and out of clubs, so West will have to switch to diamonds. So East is 4-3-3-3 in shape. So diamond to the queen, king, ace. Right. Can we make the rest of the tricks from here? We could take a roughing hook against West's jack of diamonds, if West has the jack of diamonds. What is East turned up with? King, queen of spades, ace of hearts, king of diamonds. That's a 12 count already. That's going to be enough for East to have opened the bidding. So no clue where the jack of diamonds is. If I lead the 10 of diamonds and it gets covered, I can ruff. I can lead... No, that's actually not quite good enough, is it? So maybe the answer is no, I can't make the rest of the tricks. I mean, I could just pull trumps and cash out for making 2, which is a pretty sensible thing to do. I mean, plus 110, once again, probably going to be okay for our side. I mean, especially against one no trump, if we lead a diamond, East just takes the stiff queen with the king and leads a diamond up to the jack, and one no trump is going to take a lot of tricks. Maybe not enough to make it, but it'll be enough to at least avoid minus 150 in that contract. I don't see a way to make the rest from here. Like, we could take roughing finesses, but even if everything's on side, I can't get back to the north hand to take a roughing hook and spades. And if I do and it's successful, I would have to rough a diamond back to lose my last trump. So I think we just claim we pull the last trump and knock out the 10 of spades. And how did we do? We do win the board. We'll see what happened in the other room. One spade by east. Aha. Interesting. So the auction probably went a club, pass, a diamond, pass, a spade, all pass is what happened. And it does illustrate this idea of just competing when no one's vulnerable. I mean, sure, we do go plus, but if we had been minus 50 and the opponents had been plus 80 in one spade, then we would still be winning the board. And doubling some of these contracts is often not that effective. Like, even if they were able to double one spade and defeated a trick, plus 110 would still have been worth more for our side. So I think the main lesson here is no one vulnerable at board match or match points. You often want to like stretch to find a way to get into the auction. At the one level, that is, don't like go around preempting 4-card suits to get involved because you have a bad hand. Like, you want to be overcalling at the one level if you can, or making a takeout double. On to board 2, we'll see what Stefan says at the end of the hand. I'm sure he's going to be very upset at people who entered the auction over a club, but I think it's a lot closer than he believes. Pass on our right, we have a big hand. We'll start with a diamond. I think our 3-no trump is probably gambling with nothing outside. This hand is too good anyway. We have like 2 outside cards for the gambling 3-no, even if we're playing gambling with 1 outside control. So we'll open a diamond. Spade from partner. Yuck. I think we might have to bid 3 clubs here. I'm not a fan of this type of 3-club bid, but partner has given us another option as to what suit we could plan. Like, if partner has queen, 5th of spades, and out, we want to play this hand in 4 spades, not 3-no or something else. I mean, maybe that's not enough. They would need a little bit more than that because the opponents might cash 3 winners and then force us in dummy, but you get the idea. I mean, something of that nature. Partner bidding our side suit, basically, ace king third, means that we now have 3 possible game contracts that we're interested in. Diamonds, spades, and no trump. If partner bid hard, I think I would just bid 3-no. Showing my hand. 3 diamonds is nowhere near enough to show the strength of our hand. Partner can pass 3 diamonds, and we absolutely want to be in game. So I think that means what we need to do is we need to bid 3 clubs here, and if partner continues bidding, and if partner raises clubs at some point, hopefully we'll be able to convince them that we either have long diamonds or that we can play this hand in spades. So we'll start with this. I'm a little nervous doing this undiscussed with a partner, but I think even undiscussed, a human partner would understand what's going on if we bid 3 clubs and they raise to 4 clubs and then we bid like 4 diamonds and they bid 5 clubs and we bid 5 diamonds, right? Partner isn't going to expect that we're Q-bidding in support of clubs there. They're gonna think that we just had a hand that was too good to bid 3 diamonds, which is what we've got. So there's 4 clubs. I think I'm gonna bid for, okay, so it looks like partner is convinced that we have clubs here, which I guess means that we want to... Yeah, because, I mean, 4 spades, I would probably take it as like 3-card spade support, this sort of hand type. We're going to need to find a way out of this because I think our partner's never going to let us play in something that isn't clubs unless we can finagle something. I'm going to bid 4 diamonds. Whoa. Partner bids 5 diamonds. Okay, I do think we should pass this. I think we should just go plus. It's very possible we've missed the best scoring contract, which could be 4 spades or 3 now. But the way the auction's gone, I think partner might have tried a 4-heart cubit, especially an oblivious partner who still thinks that we're playing in clubs. Yeah, I would expect partner to try and cubid 4 hearts if they had a heart control. So I think we're off the first 2 heart tricks. We might lose a club as well, but we're going to try and go plus. Well, I mean, okay. Like, we're not exactly off of our heart control. And after this opening lead, we have a serious chance at making like all 13 tricks. West would lead a heart from anything here, so we'll try the heart finesse. Okay, East wins the king, plays back a heart. What? Excuse you? I mean, I'm gonna play the Queen of Hearts and try to pitch a club. Okay. Strange. And I guess now I'm going to try a spade finesse. Because what else, right? Okay. Hopefully Trump's split. Five diamonds making 5. Queen of spades was not protected. How did they do? They get to 3 now. How did they get there? Well, we'll see later. But different sequence. I know that Stefan has talked about this kind of like fake reverse sort of thing. I think it is just so dangerous to bid 4-card majors. Like clubs, no one cares about the club suit. Clubs can always be artificial in every sequence, but reversing into a major when you're short, you're not going to convince partner to stop bidding that major later in the play, later in the auction. Like even if you talk about it, I mean, I think partner's just going to, with 5-4-2-2 shape, is just going to raise your hearts and then is going to bid 4 hearts next. And then what do? You're backed into 5 diamonds. My turn to bid. I will open a spade. 2 club overcall. 4 spades from partner. We're favorable. We get a... Wait, what do you mean a takeout double? What do you mean a takeout double? what a takeout double? What? I mean, okay, we're going to pass because this might go all pass. Nope, 4-no, 5 diamonds. What is going on? So 4-no is choice of games with diamonds or hearts? What is this sequence? This is insane. This is absolutely insane. And why does 5 diamonds say pass or correct? What do you mean pass or correct? Oh, West has clubs and a red suit. Oh, okay. All right, I'm now back on board. The auction makes sense, right? I mean, the takeout double doesn't make sense. This is just a card showing double, right? It's not takeout. It doesn't show short spades. It doesn't promise support for the other suits. It's just, I think 4 spades doubled is where we want to play. So, I mean, West, of course, could bid 4-no over this, but it's a lot less likely in natural bidding. I mean, we're favorable. It does seem likely that we want to be sacrificing, so I think I'm going to bid 5 spades. I have no defense. It's a little bit of a shame that we don't get to hear partner's decision over 5 diamonds before we have to make a judgment call, but I think we should just save. Like, I have a singleton club, we're favorable, and none of my spades are cashing. They might make a slam. And I guess it's possible at this point in the auction that this 5 spade bid would give them an opportunity to back into a slam, but I think for the most part, they're probably just going to double us. So King of clubs lead. Partner is void and diamonds. Partner only has 4 spades. Wow. Fascinating choice from partner, actually, to bid 4 spades with the diamond void here. They are kind of preemptive. I mean, no aces or kings in their hand, so not a ton of defense. The fact that they have a lot of clubs means the opponents haven't really found their fit yet. And if I happen to have a pretty good hand, then the diamond void and 4 trumps might play okay. So I like partner's decision, actually, to bid 4 spades here. It might have pushed us into an unfortunate phantom save. But I guess we'll see. I mean, I think it's unlikely the opponent's spades are 2-2, and if they are, it's unlikely the opponent's hearts are 3-3. In which case, you know, we would take quite a few tricks on defense after cashing some spades and switching to hearts. But I guess they can always take the roughing hook and clubs to pick off the suit. They would need to pull 4 rounds of diamonds, though. But it might just be doable for them to find 11 tricks in a diamond contract. King of clubs opening lead, a heart switch is interesting. I'm going to play low. If hearts are 5-1, he's just probably going to win and give their partner a rough anyway. So East does return a heart. I suppose I will unblock. Yeah, hearts are 5-1. Now a diamond. Okay. We need to rough 3 diamonds in the north hand. How do we do that? So diamond rough, spade to the ace, diamond rough, club rough, diamond rough, club rough, pull trumps and claim, something like that. Sure. Spade to the ace, diamond rough, club rough, diamond rough, high, club rough, high, back to hand, and then we can claim the rest. Makes sense to me. And if East follows to this, we can just claim. Well, I guess technically not. West might be out of clubs, right? So we'll rough a club first. Okay, now we should be able to claim. 5 spades doubled down 1. And were they making 5 diamonds? We lost the board. Whoa. So spades were 2-2. And the ace of hearts was an East hand. Yeah, the opponents actually have a bit of a problem in 5 diamonds. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I like our choice a lot. I mean, like I said, I think we have at most 1 defensive trick, opposite most 4 spade bids from partner when they have 5 or more trumps over there. And the King of Hearts is not a great card on an auction like this. When West has clubs and diamonds, they're probably short in hearts, or they have the Ace of Hearts. Well, that's too bad. All right, on to the next. But these border match decisions are difficult at the 5 level, of course. Like at teams, you just bid 5 spades, no questions asked. And if your teammates get to play 5 diamonds and go down 1, and you're down 1 and 5 spades doubled, okay, lose 5. It's not a big deal, but a lot of the time they're going to make 5 diamonds. At that time, partners' clubs were too good. A heart on our right. Pass, pass. We have an 8 count. We will pass. 2 clubs Drury and 4 hearts. Kind of expected. Partner didn't bid over 2 clubs. Gotta decide which minor suit to lead. I think we'll lead from our diamond sequence. Jack of diamonds. Round to partner's king. So we pick up... Why did partner play back a diamond? I guess partner has king doubleton, huh? So I'll play the 10. I want to try and convince Declare that that maybe I'm the one short in diamonds for whatever that would be worth. And also this should act maybe as suit preference in case partner has like the heart ace and needs to get in for a diamond ruff. King of hearts. Okay. So East has 5-4-3-1 maybe. Maybe 6-4 in the red suits with like a doubleton spade and a singleton club. I don't think we need all of these clubs. So I'm going to let go a club for now. King of clubs. Yep. Queen of spades. Queen of spades is a bit of a weird play. And also... Declare didn't pull another round of trumps, so partner probably has a natural trump trick. Or maybe Declare has like... I don't know, so something weird is going on, right? I think I should just win this and give partner a diamond ruff. I don't know what's happening, but it doesn't look like Declare is going to lose very many tricks in the black suits from here. I mean, Declare obviously started with stiff king of clubs, I think, is pretty clear. Like, this queen of spades play is so strange, right? Because Declare wants to get an entry to the king of spades. And what they should have done is just lead a low spade out of hand towards the king to do so. Like, leading the queen, I mean, if North has the ace of spades, they would just duck this trick, right? They would know what's happening on this deal. I don't think if I play low, Declare is going to hop up with the king of spades and dummy. So I could equally well just deny the dummy entry by playing low on this trick. I mean, I couldn't do it if I spent, 5 minutes thinking at the table, but the queen of spades was just a nonsensical play. I just don't understand why Declare's playing the hand like this. They could have 7 hearts. Maybe they've already pulled all the trumps. They're like... But no, I'm convinced diamonds are 4-4-3-2 around. Declare started with 4 diamonds, right? Partner didn't return the 2 from a doubleton. I mean, partner should know playing back a diamond is worthless, right? Because I led the jack, so they know Declare has the queen. It wouldn't make any sense to return a diamond from a doubleton anyway, and they should have returned a higher spot card if that's what they held. I mean, what good is it to deny a spade entry? The ace of clubs can pitch Declare's diamond loser. I'm going to play low. I mean, this is just like a nonsensical play. I mean, dude, like, there's just no way, right? There's no way that Declare leads the queen of spades to the king. Like, what was the plan if partner had won the ace of spades and cashed the jack? Like, what was that? Just lead a low spade to the king. What are you doing? Oh, this is unbelievable. We win the board somehow. I don't know how. Four hearts made at the other table. That's incredible. I don't know how four hearts would make. I'm so confused. we'll have to take a look afterwards. But last board, a no trump by partner. We're gonna transfer to spades and drop partner into spades, if possible. The opponents are not vulnerable. They didn't take any action. You get a heart lead. Uh-huh. I think we want to play 3 rounds of hearts, pitching a diamond. We could try and play 4 rounds of hearts. So we could win like the 10 of hearts here, unblock the queen, decide if we're taking a club finesse or just play a low club to the ace and then go ace king of hearts pitching diamonds as someone roughs in. It's tempting. I mean, if the king of clubs is onside, that would be a great line of play. We can cash all of our side suit winners and then effectively force them to rough in on the 4th heart. And eventually we might score some small trumps on like a cross rough or roughing diamonds in the south hand. But if the king of clubs is offside, like this line of play doesn't even discard a diamond loser. It still does look best, though, to take 2 rounds of hearts first and then decide what we're doing in the club suit. If West plays the jack of hearts at trick 1... I mean, we could still go king 10 of hearts, but then what was the point? I mean, the jack of hearts might have fallen in 3 rounds. 5 of hearts is a pretty high spot card. It could be like 9-8-7-5 from 4 of them. But it's also possible from 3 small. It makes it a bit more likely the king of clubs is offside. There is an alternative to all of this. We could just like try and pull trumps, right? We could go heart to the queen, spade to the king. Try and pull some trumps and maybe use the king 10 of hearts to ditch clubs from the south hand as opposed to ditching diamonds. I just don't think we have enough entries for this. I'm going to play a heart to the queen, club to the ace, and then start playing hearts through east. I think I like that plan. Okay, let's do it. East does follow up the line, kind of as expected. Man, I mean, it would just be really disappointing if East had 10 doubleton of clubs, right? We could pick up 3 club tricks by leading the queen, or at least 2 club tricks by leading the queen. And if we play low to the ace, we might take 1 club trick in total. I'm going to go club to the ace. All right, I've decided. West plays the 5. That does not look like a low enough spot card. East plays the 8. Yeah, clubs are 4-2. Not a great sign for us. Cash the king of hearts. I'm going to lead the 10 of hearts. East roughs in with the 5 of spades, so that's okay. We do get an overruff with one of our kind of middle trump spots. I will rough with the 8. We've showed off a lot of high cards to the opponents, ace king of hearts, ace of clubs already. They'll know that we don't have much else. All right, now what's our plan? do we need to start trying to pull trumps, or should we instead go after a diamond ruff? I think we should probably go after a diamond ruff, yeah? Before we do anything in the trump suit. Like, the opponents can get a club ruff, and if East is the one who started with 4 clubs, then maybe a 4th round of clubs comes through and causes us some problems. But I think we may as well try and score a diamond ruff with a low trump, and then possibly in the end position, our 10-9 king of spades can take an extra trick for down 1. Diamond to the ace. Club comes back. Yep. Yeah, now West gets a ruff. So the king of clubs was offside, which I guess is good news. West cashes the king of diamonds. Plays a spade throw. Okay. So North was the dealer. Probably not much to go on here in terms of high cards. Because after a no trump opener, it doesn't look like either opponent was going to have enough to bid. Like, East had nothing so far. They've turned up with, what, the queen of diamonds and the king of clubs? So East probably has the ace of spades. West has turned up with ace king of diamonds and the jack of hearts. I guess I'll play low. Seems like the ace of spades is offside. I mean, what does playing low help us with? I guess if West started with, like, queen jack 3rd of spades, or queen jack 4th, I guess. They've already ruffed once on the 3rd round of clubs. Then playing low would be effective. What does their hand look like? Ace, king. West is like 5-4 in the pointed suits. It's like 4 spades and 5 diamonds. Two clubs and no, three hearts and 2 clubs. No, 4 hearts and 2. Oh my god, counting is hard. Okay, so West has like a flat hand. I mean, I guess they could have the spade ace. What happens if I go up with the king? It loses to the ace. East plays a club through. I ruff high. It gets over-ruffed. And then they tap me in diamonds. I'm in my hand. I would just need the trumps to split at that point. And instead, if I play low and East wins like the jack, and then plays a club, ruffed and over-ruffed with the queen, and then a spade to the ace. I'm going to play low. Ha! Look at that. Very good. Okay, very good. So it looks like we do score the last 2 tricks and get out for down 1. Wait, did I miss something? What happened to the jack of spades? Did West ruff the 3rd round of clubs with the jack of spades and then play back the 4? Wait, what happened? Wait. I don't even recall what happened on this. I thought the jack of spades was still out.
So I have 12 points and they open a club. Not much I can do. I need to have spades and clubs swapped in order to double. Okay, East is bidding a club at spade. In most of Europe, this wouldn't show an unbalanced hand, but in America, more often it does.
That's true, yeah.
Okay, so this means that West has an extremely weak hand and probably shorting clubs because wanted to avoid the 1 club, otherwise they would pass there. This means that I'm leading a spade. Often I lead small from the bottom jack, but this time I'll lead a jack.
So I would tend to agree that a trump lead against these one of a major where the opponents are in a known 4-3 fit is often the right thing to do. Kind of the rationale behind it is that the opponents didn't want to play one no trump, and therefore you should try and make them play one no trump on the hand by pulling trumps. Sometimes that works to their advantage because it'll just end up setting up their trump suit. Sometimes you blow a trick in the trump suit by doing so, but it does prevent ruffs in the dummy. And that could be one of the reasons why they didn't want to play a no trump on this hand, is because West happens to have a singleton somewhere, right? Like maybe in clubs, for example. As for which spade to lead, I think it's absolutely correct to lead low from this holding. Just generally, you want to lead low from doubleton trumps, protect those high trump spots or high trump honors. It could cause declarer to make an error in picking up the trump suit later, right? Like when you lead the jack of spades here and partner gets in and plays another spade, declare is going to play your partner for the queen. Sure, you could have queen jack third or queen jack doubleton to do this, but if you're a player who's known to lead like high from a doubleton trump in this spot, then partner's always going to pick off the trumps. Whereas if you lead like low to partner's king and low to partner's queen, declare is not picking off your jack on the way back in the suit. It would just be anti-percentage to do so.
Okay. This is not a hand I would choose to pass with. I think it's a bit bizarre. I'll just beat one no trump with this hand, but there we go.
I think it's honestly close for West. If you flip the hearts and spades in West's hand, if West had like queen 10 third of spades and 3 small hearts, I think it's absolutely clear to pass one spade then, because your spades are really good and your hand is so weak that you might just be able to take enough tricks in the black suits when you have the king doubleton in your partner's club suit. Like they lead a trump, your partner wins, goes ace king of clubs club ruff, scoring an extra trick in the spade contract, and then you have a bunch of high spades remaining. That would be one way to score up plus 80 in one spade, and you just don't have enough tricks in a no trump, for example. With 3 small spades, it's a bit less clear, but I mean, the king doubleton of clubs makes it a little bit more appealing to do so. One no's fine, of course, on the West cards, but I think passing a spade's okay.
Let's see if we can prevent any ruffs. If declare has the ace of hearts, definitely not. Or even Maya have no more trumps. Partner needs to have the ace of hearts.
North forgot to play ace and a spade.
Connect.
Why did North forget to play ace and a spade?
Okay. This didn't work, so maybe my lead didn't help. Let's see if it made it worse.
we played 2 rounds of trumps and partner forgot to pull trumps.
That's interesting. So partner has singleton queen. But do we want to give them a ruff and use the trump control? I don't think so. I think declare doesn't have many more points than they do now, and I feel that they're 4-3-3 shape with only 3 clubs. So, is it possible that I play a hard, partner wins with the jack, cashes out the trumps, and we claim till the end?
No, you don't. Your diamonds aren't winners.
It's not impossible.
No, it is impossible.
But is it possible? Okay.
Oh, you think partner has the king jack, 4th of hearts, and all of the spades, and the last club?
Even if partner cannot cash the trumps, it's not the end of the world, because we'll still have the trump control. We'll just concede one trick. So we should be taking the rest. Partner's got a trump and a club. Yes, one off. Okay.
So what's the postmortem?
So if I had played a diamond, it would have been the same, but if partner had the 10 of spades, then it wouldn't be the same. Let's see what happens now. Board 2, I've got an exciting hand, but There is
No
nothing else I
post-mortem
can do.
about
One
like how plus 50 might not be a great result on that board. But moving on. Diamond of
opener
spade.
and see. Oh, one spade. That's exciting. So now I'm gonna do something that I've mentioned in the past, a fake reverse. This is an advanced technique.
Advanced
And
technique.
you should study about it or read online, but basically when you want to force the auction to game and you don't have a reverse bid available, you invent one because otherwise partner may pass below game. Not 100% I'll make game, but I definitely want to be in game and I'll force the auction to game. Otherwise I should bid something like 3 diamonds, but I feel I'm much stronger than that. I have 9.
So I think there's a couple of things to consider with how you want to cover this type of hand in your system. And it's not going to come up very often, right? Like I said, if partner bid a heart here, I would have just bid 3-0 with the hand, and we would be like, it's fine, right? They don't always lead clubs, and even if they do, partner might have a club stopper over there in that sort of sequence. But when partner bids exactly one spade, and we have long diamonds with a 3-card spade fit and no stoppers outside, then that's the type of hand where you need to, as he says, invent something. And I think it's really important to keep your reverses pure. Like, I'm not even a fan of reversing if you have, like, let's say 3-3-6-1 shape in this sequence, bidding 2 hearts with that hand. I do not like that bid. I think the 3 club bid can be overloaded a bit because, like I said, no one really cares about the club suit. And you can always, if partner gets excited about clubs, bid higher than it. If partner gets excited about hearts with a hand like this, you can't really bid higher than 4 hearts. I mean, you can, but you would have to go 1 level higher in the auction. You would have to go up to 5 diamonds or play in a 4-3 spade fit, which partner might not like. So having a discussion with partner about which of these types of bids, 2 hearts or 3 clubs, you want for like the fake jump shift and these sorts of sequences is important. And I would recommend keeping your reverses pure, because if partner can always just raise to 3 hearts and then you found a fit and then all of your bids are actually Q bids in support of hearts or non-serious tries or something, then that's great, because now those auctions actually work for you. Whereas if you have to bid 2 hearts and partner raises to 3 hearts and then you like bid 3 spades with this hand, but that's not a spade Q bid, that's like this hand type, now partner gets a bit discombobulated because, like, what are they supposed to do without a club stopper in this situation? Are they supposed to just bid 3-0 as like some sort of relay? Like, by the way, partner, I don't like where this auction's going and we don't have a fit anywhere, sort of thing. I mean, I guess in that case you would have a spade fit, right? If they're 5-4-2-2. Anyway, I think that having a discussion is probably valuable in this type of sequence, but my preference, and I think the preference of almost every expert, is to keep reverses pure and have 3 clubs or these like jump shifts to clubs be the artificial type of thing.
Playing tricks in my hand. This doesn't mean I make game. We need stoppers in hearts and clubs for no trump, or partner needs to have 5 spades.
I guess let me follow up. Sorry, didn't finish my thought. One of the nice things that you can do with a 3 club jump shift here is that partner can bid 3 diamonds as an asking bid. So you could have some sort of like relay over 3 clubs, and the opponents aren't getting involved, right? Like maybe left hand opponent doubles 3 clubs or something, but aside from that, the opponents are not entering the auction at this point because they haven't done so already. So 3 clubs, you can implement some sort of relay structure. 3 diamonds would ask, and then 3 hearts and 3 spades would be something, and 3 no trump might show a hand similar to this type of thing. Would be one way to go about it, but anyway, keep going. Oh, I paused. I'm supposed to be hardwired to internet. What is going on? Why are we spinning?
And still we may go off in 4 spades. But let's see. Okay, I'm bidding 2 hearts. This is the fake reverse. I'm pretending I have hearts, although I don't. And now partner beats Lebenzo. The caveat here is that they should really have 4 spades. Here it says 4 or 5, but I believe 2 spades. You always bid 2 spades when you have 5 cards, so this is the most popular version here because it can include the Lebenzo, but you're just saying you have 5 spades because otherwise you may miss 5-3 feet in a major, which is not good. So this is interesting. It
You
says
just bid
minimum
3
of
now here.
range and it shows 3 spades. So I'm quite tempted. Otherwise I was going to bid 3 diamonds. I'm not forcing to game here because...
Wait, what?
But yeah, I think 3 spades will pump up my partner more. Okay, they're bidding 3. No, we don't have the heart stopper either.
Also,
But maybe
doesn't
they're
partner have a 9
4-4 in
count over there?
hearts. Maybe we get lucky
Oh,
on the
what do
mate.
they mean
It's
2
too
no?
much money on the table for me to not try to get it, so I'm staying here. It's very exciting. I feel badly for this auction only because you are watching, guys. If I was playing, I wouldn't feel badly at all because I always wanted to get it to 3-0 from my partner's hand, so I'm very happy with this outcome. Just so you know, it may end up really, really badly, and sometimes it does. It doesn't mean that this is the
Actually,
wrong
partner has a
contract.
10 count. They have the jack of spades too.
Wah! Okay, so partner has a game forcing hand. They just beat the Lebenzo to see what's going on. But I don't think we should be in slam here. We have a club loser and then 2 finesses. So we are definitely in the best possible contract. Now the question is how many tricks I'm gonna take, because if those finesses don't work, they can cash clubs, and if the finesses work, then I'm taking extra tricks. Now I think the plan is quite standard. I win the king of clubs, cash the diamonds, and play for a squeeze or some sort of a finesse. So I'm keeping the spades and I'm cashing.
You know, it's this is an interesting play problem in 3 now. I might have been tempted to... The opponents don't know that we have solid diamonds. Oh, no, they do. North is declaring. Okay, I'm sorry. I take it all back. Yeah, our hand is face up on the table, so none of my thinking was going to matter. But if our hand was concealed, leading the jack of hearts towards the ace queen third before we reveal to the opponents that we have all of these diamonds, West is overwhelmingly likely to cover with the king if they had it. So you might be able to lead the jack of hearts not covered to the ace and then decide if you want to risk the contract by running the jack of spades next. I mean, I know you would go down a lot of tricks, but you would effectively be taking one of 2 finesses there, because you expect West to cover the jack of hearts with the king, and if they don't, then maybe the queen of spades is onside. Both happen to be offside here, so you could go down in 3-0 and lose the board in a spectacular fashion if you did so.
The diamonds. If you read about squeezes, you know what's going on, and if you haven't, maybe it's hard to imagine, but don't worry, that day will come. Sooner or later, squeezes are not the most important thing in bridge, mostly experts use them. And sometimes they don't go well. For example, I'm talking to you and I'm not following the discards, which means that this is how squeezes fail. Okay, so
Yeah,
we can
you have
at
to
least
get...
start from now. I missed one discard from
You have to get the
my left-hand
fundamentals
opponent,
before
but they
you can start
discarded
thinking
1
about
heart.
squeezes, really.
So I'll keep cards in every suit until I cannot. So 2 hearts and a club are gone.
Wow, West throws 2 spades, was that?
I'm just counting theirs, so I'll add up mine later. So what did we say? 2 hearts, 2 clubs and a spade now. 1 spade. Oof, I'm mixing it up. Yes. So now This should be third club.
And I would say that, like, also sometimes the simple answer to problems is the best one. In this case, the hand is a little bit complicated, and sure, you can cash out all the diamonds and then try and decide what to do later. But a lot of the times, like, finesses are 50-50. For a squeeze to be better than 50%, I mean, it can't just be that you're playing for one player to hold two separate things, because that's effectively, like, you could think of it like a 25% chance, right? If you need, say, right hand opponent to hold hearts and spades in this example, then that's going to happen about 25% of the time, and in fact maybe even just a little bit less than 25%. So even if you are familiar with squeezes, it's not always right to play hands as like a squeeze. You want to add squeezes to kind of complement chances in other suits with finesses or setting up long suits.
And third heart and one spade. Okay, so clubs, 7 of them were played. I discarded 1 and they discarded 3. There is one outstanding club. So if it's in my lefty, maybe they got squeezed, but not yet. Okay, they discarded this club now. I have no idea what's going on. They discarded all their clubs here.
So at this point,
so...
I mean, assuming he's been counting out the hand, the left-hand opponent's holding on to queen third of spades, right-hand opponent has a doubleton spade and the doubleton king of hearts. So if he were to take the heart finesse here, he would lose 2 tricks at the end. I mean, he doesn't know where the honors are, but he's reduced himself to a situation where he can't actually take a spade finesse anymore. Even if the queen of spades happens to be on side and he goes up with the ace of hearts and leads the jack of spades from dummy, East could foil his plan of taking a spade finesse by popping up with the queen of spades on the first round, and that would block the spade suit, and eventually he would lose a heart. So if he wants to make a 12th trick here, he has to risk the heart finesse, which again basically is like a 50-50 for making 10 tricks versus 12. Although there are still chances to make 11, even if the heart finesse is offside. Like if East has the queen of spades, then East is end played when they win the king of hearts here. But that's something that you would have to consider. And I think it is probably percentage to play the queen of hearts here. Again, just because it's like a toss-up between 10 and 12 tricks. Maybe you would think about the discards a little bit harder as to what's going on in that case. But because you still have this extra chance of still having 11 tricks if East holds the queen of spades or if East holds both cards, it's definitely percentage in terms of how many tricks you take to try the heart finesse in this spot.
How many hearts? It feels both finesses don't work, and the squeeze don't work, and nothing works.
So I guess he got a feeling based on the discards, which is also a reasonable thing to do at the end of hand.
That's correct. So I guessed it correctly, because if I had taken the finesse, then they return a spade and get the spade trick, so... So I couldn't take more, I believe.
He could also have cashed the ace king of spades before trying to take a heart finesse.
But no, the
also
machine is also seeing only 5
thing to do.
Trump makes. Let's see after this lead what the machine says. Yes, +2. I cannot make a squeeze with this layout, but you should try. Don't get excited. Oh, we reached the right contract. We've got stoppers. We're making it. When you play much points, it doesn't matter if you're making it. It matters to make the most tricks. So try your best. Okay, this board starts pretty normal. 1 spade. Now 4 spades for less experienced players. This is a distributional race. It denies a lot of points. It just shows a good hand. And if there is an example by
doesn't
the
show
book,
good hand.
that's 6 to 8 points and 5-5 shape. And sometimes I get mad with some of my students when they have 5-4-2-2 and they tell me, oh, it's almost 5-5. Come on, guys. 5-4-2-2 has absolutely nothing to do with 5-5 shape.
Wait,
So the definition.
wait. Okay, I've learned quite a few things in that past like short dialogue. One, he has students that he teaches. Two, is that four spades shows 5-5. Since when? We're favorable. Partner could have 5-3-3-2 and out. Like Jack fifth of spades and nothing else in their hand. These colors, partner needs to put pressure on. I I mean, if partner's 5-5, I would expect them to probably cubid three clubs rather than bid four spades. I mean, make a mixed raise. Like, there are ways that partner can show values in these auctions if they have actual points. So four spades really should be purely preemptive and doesn't have to show a good hand, not at these colors. If we flip the vulnerabilities, if we're, for example, vulnerable against not, then four spades would show a pretty decent hand. I mean, there was a hand from the Real Bridge panel for January that Aaron and I were discussing, where the point is that, like, when you're unfavorable, you don't just bid four spades in every auction because you have five trumps. You need to have some stuff and expect that four spades is going to make, because a lot of times the opponents will just double you. If four spades is going down and you go like minus 500 against nothing is what can happen. So that would be different. One Under Trick Wonder, you thought he was maybe talking about Michaels? I must not have caught it, but man, I mean, it sounded like he said four spades needed to have a good hand and needs to be 5-5.
Definition is 5-5 and 6-8. If you want to make your variations, maybe think about 10 cards. 6 and 4 maybe replaces 5 and 5. But try not to have much more than 8 points, because partner needs to know. And if you have a...
Yeah, he's talking about four spades. He's saying it shows like 6 to 8 points. I mean, like, it shouldn't have as many as 6 points. If you have 6 points with some spades, you would either make a mixed raise or just bid two spades. I think this is one of the main reasons why mixed raises are becoming popular, is that, like, there's a pretty big difference in these sorts of sequences, especially when it comes to 5-level decisions, as we found here, if you happen to have a mixed raise as opposed to a weak raise or preemptive raise, right? Like in this case, sure, partner had a 6 count, but I'm still in support of partner's 4 spade bid, even though it worked out poorly for us in this situation. But generally, I mean, you would want to make mixed raise with those like 5-7 or 5-8 or whatever, 6-8 high curd point type hands when you have 4 or 5 trumps, because that'll let your partner know, hey, don't sacrifice at the 5 level because the opponents might be going down, as they happen to be going down here. Just barely, though. I mean, it's real thin for why the opponents are actually going down in 5 diamonds on this hand. Anyway.
Slam or something if you have more points. So a normal approach here will be 3 clubs showing 10 plus points and 3 card raise in spades, or 3 plus card in spades. In all these sequences, I like to play 2-no trump to be 4 cards support for the major. For some reason, it's not that popular in North America, but I think at least in Bulgaria we've come to a conclusion where when you play higher level bridge, good players, there is a lot of bidding going on very quickly. So when deciding to bid 5 level or not, knowing if your partner has a 3 or 4 card fit is very, very helpful. So yeah, after a major opening or overcall, I always play 2-no is a 4 card fit in white plus, and a qubit is again in white plus, but only 3 card support. And
so I think this is the video that I'm making this month. I haven't started on it yet, but for the members only on the YouTube, about these 2-no trump limit raise structures. And that's what I would like to do with a lot of partners. But I think he is right that in at least in lower level circles, so in like non-expert circles in North America, it's standard to play 2-no trump as invitational with a club stopper, probably 2 club stoppers in this sort of sequence, as opposed to being a limit raise in the major. And I think I did play that, like, even when I was playing professionally many, many years ago, but I think in expert circles that's shifted to be 2-no trump now, even in North America, is going to be the 4-card limit raise.
This is very, very helpful for me. In any case, whatever you like or you play, make sure to discuss these things with your partners, because maybe you think what you do is standard, like we all do, but because I travel a lot, play with different people, I see that absolutely nothing is standard. Things are standard within your area, within your town, within your club, but generally they're not so standard. Maybe France and Poland to some extent have their standard systems, but still there are variations. Okay?
Yeah, so that's a really good point, is that I think I had a quote like this way, way back in the day that I made, which became a little bit popular. I don't know if people still say it nowadays, but it was that, let me see if I can remember the exact quote. I think it was something like, the only way you have an agreement is if you have an agreement. I think it was something along those lines, which is basically just saying that if you haven't had a discussion with your partner, then you don't have an agreement about what a sequence means. And that's kind of the point, that like there just aren't really standard conventions. I mean, like, you can play with someone and you can make an undiscussed bid and hope that they're on the same page as you, and oftentimes they will be. A lot of these comments that we see on like the expert panel for the Real Bridge contest allude to that, where, you know, a bunch of the experts are on the same wavelength about what certain bids mean, but some of them aren't. Some of them think it should be different. And like for me, I just assumed that a minor, a major, 2 minor, 2 minor plus 1 was just an artificial game force, because like everyone in the US plays that. And like, I don't think I've played with a partner where that would not have been an artificial game force, but that was not standard apparently and not well known. So yeah, you do need to have discussions with your partner if you want to make an agreement about what bids should mean. But of course, you can't always do that. Even in the most well-established partnerships, there are going to be situations that come up where you and your partner have not talked about it. So.
Okay, so after this speech, nothing I can do anyway. But they keep bidding the double. You think, is this? I hate when this is how you give away, when you ask, what is this double? This is not a double showing ace, king, queen of spades. It says I have points. These guys, I think, are robbing me, so partner, do something or nothing. It's just a card showing hand double. I have points, that's it. I mean, East has points. Now West decides to run away, and they suggest a second suit, 4-card suit. This is an advanced technique, but experts use it all the time, so they've shown a suit, and now 4-no trump is not key card because they haven't agreed any suit, and also they don't have that many points. So this is used to say, I have a 4-card suit outside my club, so we expect a 6-4 shape or something like that, because the guy doubling can be 5-5 in the reds, 2-1 in the blacks, and playing in 5 of a red suit might be the best thing for them. Now I'm really tempted to double, but I will not double because I don't have that much defense. Yes, I have some red cards, but I don't think that's enough. My partner may decide to double or not if they want.
What?
They don't.
Partner will never double. Partner will also never bid 5 spades.
I'm not leading a club for a rough. I'll try to cash a spade, and if this doesn't work, I'll switch to hearts. I'm even considering leading a heart straight away. I'm really worried if they cash the diamonds and the clubs, but that's life. No, I'm leading a spade. Heart is too aggressive. Maybe my partner has some clubs. It feels to me that partner is, if he's 5-5, partner is 5-5 in the majors.
He still thinks partner has to be 5-5 for the 4-spade bid. This is wild. Like, why would partner need to promise 5-5 for this? Like, what's partner supposed to do if they're like Jack 10 sixth, singleton, 3 small, 3 small? Like, what do you think partner should do over 1 spade 2 clubs? Partner's like passing? like, oh, sorry, I'm not 5-5. I can't bid. Nothing to be done. I mean, that's just insane. Oh my god. Okay. Sorry, I'm losing it at this explanation.
But let's hope. I'm talking myself out of a hard lead, but more I talk myself out of it, more I want to lead a hard. Because West to run 6-4 is not enough. That's not exciting enough. 6-4. They should.
Dude, oh my god! Please, stop! Partner's not 5-5. That's not what 4 spades means. I can't. I don't know if I can make it through the rest of his opening lead analysis. Holy shit. Oh. Okay, hold on. I need a breather. Just 1 second. Hi, Eric. Whew. Okay. We're good. We're gonna make it through. How much more time do we have? We're like halfway through this video. I might need to like skip over this entire hand. I'm curious about how Declare chooses to play it, but I mean, unfortunately, the 4-0 trump split just means Declare has no hope in making this one. I mean, not after spade lead. On a heart lead, Declare could make this. I don't know if they would, but they could.
But avoiding spades should be very convenient to run away. They can be 6-4-2-1. Oh, I lead a heart. Okay, I talked myself.
What? What? Dude! What are you doing? Oh my god! I mean, look, it's not even just about if partner is promising 5-5 for this 4-spade bid, right? Like, even if you knew partner had 5 hearts for this 4-spade bid and 5 spades, I'm certain you still want to lead a spade because a spade trick might go away if you don't take it at trick 1. This is board a match, remember. If the other table's in the same contract, you can't just be like, we better beat it, otherwise we're not getting a good result. I mean, maybe that's correct, because the other table's in 5 spades on this hand. So, like, you better beat it. But a way to beat it is to not lose your ace of spades at trick 1. Anyway, all right, oh my god. I think we're gonna have to sit through another like 2 minutes of him talking about how bad partner's 4-spade bid is because they aren't 5-5. But I'm just mentally preparing myself. Let's go back in.
Okay. I didn't give a trick away immediately. Let's see if
I didn't give away a trick immediately, it's true.
The fact that Leis chose... Yeah, she has 5 diamonds. Probably she doesn't have 3 clubs.
Yeah, they're gonna play the ace of clubs pitching a spade and...
That's not great. Because now they have a roughing finesse, so Declare can be...
Yeah, but there's no entries for the roughing finesse.
1 club, 1 spade, 5 diamonds and 6 hearts. Oh my goodness, that would be insane. I think I should hope that my partner rather has 5 clubs, 4 spades and 4 hearts. Which is not impossible. 5-4-4 somehow can qualify as a 5-5. So what I'm thinking is that if I rough and I play some spades...
There are no rules anymore.
No, Declare to finesse... No, I'm good. I catch the spade because even if they finesse and play roughing finesse, they can still not. I have a trump, or if they take my trump, they have no entry. So, yeah, actually.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you do here.
So, yes, declare is, let's count once again. Declare has two spades, one club, 5-5 in the reds. So, my
Just
partner has
any
queen jack,
distributions,
four of
5-5.
hearts, which means that we have hearts to take. But declare will rough at least one of them, so we have one heart to take. Can we do better than taking one heart? I see almost every play would lead to taking one heart, but if I play king of hearts, that cannot be good, but it's not bad. How to take two tricks? Normally, if it doesn't come out straight away, there is no way, but I play a spade, they rough a heart. I have this 10 of diamonds which can be promoted, but I cannot do both things. Take the trumps away, have the hearts. If I return a diamond, they win with a small diamond. And they rough a heart and they can take my trumps, so just one heart.
It's just down one.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's always one heart. Sorry for wasting your time.
No, I like that. He thought through the problem. He couldn't come up
So
with
that's one off. We didn't double.
a way to do better than down one.
But really, I don't want to double. It's they can have cards good enough to make this, and it looked like they will if spades were not too true.
I don't think they should make it on a
So we
heart lead,
take the
but
heart and
man,
now
that gave them a
declare
huge
kings.
opportunity. Like, I think the way to make it on a heart lead is to win the ace of hearts, club to the ace, and then take an immediate roughing finesse against North's queen of clubs.
I guess my lead didn't matter at all.
Is that true? I don't know. It might still not be enough.
If I lead something else, if I lead the spades, then they can rough more hearts. There is a chance maybe we can take an extra trick, but it's too much to calculate, so let's get the quick route to finding out. No,
there is also
possible.
a double dummy little table in the top right that he could look at.
I know some of you doubled.
To see if he can beat it.
But they've made those so many
trick.
times against me in real life that, yeah, I've learned my lesson. In real life, they make them more often than not. And you saw how close they are. So now this is two clubs jury. Support, maximum hand, doesn't say anything else about any other suit.
So how did four hearts make here at his table?
Instead of the obvious jack of diamonds, my partner is likely to have four hearts. They may not if declare has 6 or more, or West is with 4 somehow.
Oh my god, dude, the queen of spades overtaking with the king was wild.
Qubit to show 3 card support and to know to show 4.
That was so crazy.
2 clubs is always a 3 card support, and to know is 4 card support limit raise, because even if we beat 2 clubs with 4, they may still get into the auction, so with to know it's also working in a preemptive way. And one clarification that is very important to me and my regular partner in the past when I played seriously, we followed that strictly, is that when you have 4-3-3 with a 4 card support, 4-3-3 shape, and 4 card support in partner suit, we consider that as a 3 card support in any situation. The reason for that is that the benefit of the 4 card suit support itself is great, but what is greater is if it brings source of tricks like roughing something. So when you have 4-4-3-2, there is a good chance you get a rough in the double turn, but when you are 4-3-3, there is no chance you get any rough. So we downgrade those hands and we show them as 3 card support. So
I don't think I like this idea. I mean, I understand why he's saying it, but the big point about 4-card support is that if opener has 6, the Queen of Trumps is no longer an important card if you're looking for like key cards, for example. It's true that 4-3-3s do not play very well, but I think you're allowed to make that evaluation based on the hand itself. So like if you wanted to downgrade it, you could downgrade it into a mixed raise, right? Rather than saying, oh, it's only 3-card support, or showing it as like a 3-card limit raise. I think that's missing the mark on these types of hands. Knowing about your trump fit is quite valuable in a lot of situations. Like, imagine if opener has ace empty 5th of spades, or ace empty 5th of hearts in this example, right? That plays so much different opposite 3 hearts than it does opposite 4 hearts. Because opposite a 3-card heart holding, you could easily have 2 trump losers, or sometimes even 3 trump losers if the trumps split badly. Whereas opposite a 4-card heart holding, you'll probably have 1 loser, but you're very unlikely to have more than that. And so when East has like a 14 count, but like a decent 14 with like 5 hearts to the ace, they're going to be pretty happy to bid game opposite 4-card trump support. And they don't care that you're 4-3-3 because they themselves have some sort of distribution. They're going to be 5-4-3-1 or whatever. One Trick Wonder says also good in the law situations. I think it's a lot less likely in auctions like this that the law is ever going to come up. And personally, I've never used the law to make a bidding decision in my life. But in terms of competitive bidding decisions, yes, of course, absolutely, right? Like you open a heart, they overcall 2 clubs on your left, and your partner can now bid 2-no to show 4-card support. I mean, that was kind of the auction that we saw previously. That's very valuable because now you know how high to compete later in the auction if you follow the law's advice in these competitive situations, stuff like that. But I think it's just like generally it's really valuable for opener to have information about how many trumps you have combined between the 2 hands. So I'm not a fan of downgrading or adjusting your ranges based on like how many trumps you hold, like pushing a 4-card raise into a 3-card raise because you don't like your hand, or vice versa, pushing a 3-card raise into a 4-card raise because you really like your hand. You know, if you're like 0-3-5-5 and partner opens a heart, being like, oh, this distribution's so awesome, I'm just going to bid 2-no with it because this hand's going to play great in hearts. Of course it will, but it will play just as fine if you show it as the 3-card limit raise, or if you show it as the 3-card game forcing raise. One of those things. You don't need to mess around with how many trumps you hold because it's so important for partner to know. But I think the main reason that you want to distinguish between 4 and 3 trumps is because a 10-card fit, you no longer need the trump queen when it comes to key card asks. So that's kind of the main reason I believe that you want to show 4-card support versus 3, in my opinion.
So even with my system, if I had 4-card support and 3-3-3, I would bid 2 clubs. And after all this, I still don't know what to lead. But I have 2 stoppers everywhere. I'm not in a rush. The problem with hard lead is it may give away my partner's trump suit. But on the other hand, partner can play trumps if they win a trick later. Yeah, I'm playing a trump. Might be
what?
Wrong, but
I don't understand this play. I'm not sure that he described his thought process for why he let a trump all that well, but the point of trump leads tends to be to try and pull dummies trumps so that they can't get a ruff. I mean, in this case, West has 3 trumps, so how can you pull 2 rounds of trumps? Well, if your partner gets in, fine. You can lead a trump and your partner can get in and then play another trump. But we're the one with all of the outside values, right? We have an 8 count. The opponents have freely bid a game. I mean, partner could have something, but where's that entry? I mean, And like, how is partner getting in with that entry, right? It's not in spades. Could be in diamonds, but maybe it's a slow diamond entry. And by that time, declare gets to ruff whatever their loser is, a club, let's say, in the West hand, sort of thing. So like, if we had a second trump, a trump lead would be a lot more attractive. I would still just default to leading my diamond sequence. I don't really understand what else we would lead from the south hand. Like, you could lead a club. I think a club lead is reasonable from queen 10 9 fifth, but jack 10 9 fourth of diamonds seems like a pretty automatic opening lead to me. But yeah, we just don't have a second trump. Like, we're going to get in and we're not going to have a way to pull another trump from dummy. Anyway.
If you let the jack of diamonds, you've done the most normal thing on the planet Earth, so don't worry about it.
That's true.
I'm just taking a view here, which I hope won't cost me my life. Switching diamonds, as it's more likely partner gets in and returns a trump, which I don't know if it's right or wrong yet. But declare is trying to ruff, so normally when you don't know what to do, you do the opposite of what declare is intending to do.
Why did declare cross to the diamond queen and not the club king? What? What? Dude, what?
Okay.
Oh my god, that was crazy. What are they doing?
Finito la commedia. We didn't prevent anything. Did we lose a trick?
Did we lose a trick, he says.
We did, because we gave away the trump suit, as I thought it might be the case. Yeah, it is part of the game, I knew it, but anyway, I thought a trump is a good lead. If my partner's points were outside hearts with that length, should have been better chance, better lead. Not that declare cannot achieve the same now, they could still finesse the 10 of hearts and do the same, but yeah, they have work to do in different departments. Maybe a diamond lead or a club lead was better. Anyway.
I do wonder a little bit if some of his decisions on opening leads or defense, like he led a heart against that 5 diamond contract rather than leading a high spade. And here he led a trump instead of the more normal jack of diamonds. They could be clouded a little bit by a bit of an unusual viewpoint about what certain sequences mean. Because for him, I think it sounded as if he said that 2 clubs promise shortness somewhere, which, I mean, it could. But, you know, with 4-3-3, would West still bid 2 clubs? I don't know. I mean, maybe. It depends, right? Like, we could have an agreement that 2 clubs promise shortness somewhere. It would have to be disclosed to the opposition. But that was what dictated him to this, I think, crazy trump lead. I would definitely lead the ace of spades before I let a trump on this hand. And this example shows exactly why. Like, singleton trumps oftentimes pickle partners trump holding. And at match points or border match, that's a big deal. At imps, it's less of a big deal because sometimes it's just worth an over trick, as opposed to the trick between setting the contract and letting it make. But singleton trumps can pick off partners jack fourth that declare was never going to find themselves. They could pick off partners queen third if the opponents are in a 9 card fit. They can pick off this sort of holding. They can pick off partners queen 10 fourth in the trump suit, where otherwise partner was going to get at least 1 trump trick and possibly 2, depending on how declare played the hand. But now partner gets 0 because you lead low, and partner with queen 10 fourth kind of throws their hands in the air. Singleton trump leads are very scary to make in general. It's good that he takes a bunch of different views. It gives us an opportunity to talk about it. So I think a bigger point here that I did want to touch on is that bridge is kind of an all-encompassing game. If this like popular phrase in America, I don't know if it's popular elsewhere, that a chain is only as strong as its weakest link, is something that I think describes a lot about the game of bridge, because there's a lot of different skills involved in the game of bridge. There's if we can say declare, play, defense, and bidding. There's partnership, which is like a different type of skill set, being able to manage and work with any sort of partner in a variety of situations, be that like discussing conventions or managing emotions and stuff like that. And then we can break all these down further, like declare, play, and defense. There's like counting cards and stuff and working out the distribution and double dummy analysis and that sort of thing. And bidding, you have to think about the shapes, understand your system, understand the implications of bids, know what trade-offs are, all of these sorts of things that like experts will always be thinking about. But if you're really way off base on one of these things, it will drag down all the rest of your aspects or the rest of your parts of the game. Because if you're like a terrible bidder, right? Even if you're an amazing declarer and amazing defender, you're going to misevaluate hands because you're going to think that certain auctions would have gone differently if the cards were situated in a specific way, right? So like, I mean, just as an example, right? On the previous hand where he's like, well, partner has to be 5-5 for their 4 spade bid, or was it the previous hand or was that 2? I forget which one it was. But he's trying to come up with shapes for declare. And I mean, eventually he got to the shape that declare happened to hold because he was trying to beat the contract, right? He was trying to go plus. He was basically playing imps, even though it's border match scoring. But he only got there because he was like trying to find a layout where he could go plus, and he didn't think there was one if partner actually had their bid previously. So being certain of something that is wrong in terms of like either bidding or card play or other things will bleed into other areas of the game, and that'll cause more problems because like you have this like wrong viewpoint, and it compounds the error when you assume that other people are also going to take this wrong viewpoint. But like, how do you know your viewpoint's wrong? Like that's a much more difficult question to answer. And so you just, I think, kind of have to continue talking to other good bridge players and get more opinions and figure out what people actually believe on certain hands, or like what you should be doing in certain auctions, stuff like that. But this idea about 2 clubs promising shortness, like, I don't think it does, but even if it does, I think it was a bit of a misevaluation to say we should lead trumps just because the opponents have a roughing value. There are plenty of hands where the opponents have a roughing value and you shouldn't be leading trumps. I guess is getting back to the main point here. Anyway, last board.
If you let something else, let me know how did it go for you. Now last board, partner opens a spade without hesitation. I transfer, I have a 5-card major. Until you know a lot about this game, don't think you have a very weak suit to transfer. Don't pass. Transfer, it's usually better. And now we leave it. Let's...
Yeah, this is a good point that he makes, that our trumps are weak and we have some points outside. We're balanced. Like, could a no trump be the right place to play on this hand? Yeah, it's possible. It's definitely possible. But overall, it is highly percentage to not play this type of hand in a no trump. You want to transfer to spades because sometimes you have a big spade fit, in which case it's much better to play in the major suit fit. And even if you don't, it's possible you're just off a stopper somewhere. Even if partner has a 5-2 spade fit, partner's spades could be like ace-jack doubleton, maybe, or king-queen doubleton, and the jack falls, and you have a bunch of spade tricks, but if you played no trump, your hand wouldn't have enough entries to set up the spades, something along those lines. So you should just always transfer 5-3-3-2. It doesn't matter how weak your spades are, just do it. I think that is well known among bridge players, but in case people are like looking at this hand and being like, well, you know, sometimes playing a no trump is better. It could be. It definitely could be, and you could try and swing a board that way, but it's anti-percentage.
See how we play 2 spades. Partner has 15 points. And our trumps are not great, not many, not strong, and we have 3 top losers in diamonds.
So what's he
We
gonna
have
do?
losers in clubs. Okay, so we have 3 losers in diamonds, 1 in clubs, and 2 or 3 in spades. And we have very tempting options to discard diamond losers on the hearts while they rough. The problem with that is that if I want to go all in on that, I need to win with the 10 of hearts, and then my trumps are blocked, and then that's not good. So also, if I play hearts to throw diamonds, they rough, they play diamonds, they shorten me, I lose the trump control, maybe later I have more problems.
It's a tricky hand to play. I like what we did.
So I really don't know what to do.
I mean, Queen of
Because
Hearts, Heart to the
shortening
10 is
them,
a
if they're
reasonable
3 to
play.
3, it's not such a big deal. And if the club finesse works, I can use my ace king of hearts to discard the little club in my hand, which will be a loser if the finesse club finesse works, because they cover ace and then I'm jack and 4 a loser. If finesse in clubs doesn't work, then my clubs are good. They didn't beat. There are so many unknowns, 20 points missing. Later on I'll find who's got the king of clubs, but it might be too late. So it really depends what finesses work and what finesses don't work. They lead the 5, which is the only a bit telling that they probably have even number. If they have the 4 or the 3, probably 4. And lefty has 3 of them. Doesn't have to be the case, of course.
Why does the
Does
5
it
show an
mean
even
anything
number?
to me? Not much really. I want to take it now and
It sounds like he wants to take the club finesse.
I think about I can use ace king of hearts in some scenario, which is very dream scenario, to discard my clubs cheaply. So yeah, I
Okay,
did
so
that
he has
backing to
started like
catch
this.
the jack. So follow here. They played the 3 and the 7, so now it's more
I think
likely
Leah
this
leads fourth
person,
best.
Leah West, has 4 and Leah East has 3. So now I'm gonna play a spade to the king.
Huh?
I want to keep my 10-9-8. This is not good now,
This is not good,
because
he
lefty is
says.
winning those diamonds. Would they switch to a club now? No, they didn't. At least we want this person to play rather than the other person, but still bad things can happen to me, like a Trump promotion. So play Trumps quickly.
Yeah, so now a club comes through. Oh, or this, and East just roughs
So there is only one outstanding Trump,
the
bigger than
spade, and now
mine.
he
Club
tries the club
finesse probably
finesse.
doesn't work if they did this mean defense to me. Oops, I have one more loser in spades. Oh my goodness. Queen Jack of spades on side. I would never play the 10 of spades in this sequence. For
That's
me it's
true. Yeah.
straightforward to play low because of various reasons I don't want to talk about now. Could I do better? Well, definitely, but